Let's talk New York Mets baseball, and let's talk about the controversy that's been going around, that's been circulating around the internet in regards to Juan Soto and his comments that were released in an article by Mike Puma, and this was in the New York Post. And it is pretty much everybody has pretty much been saying that Juan Soto regrets leaving the Yanks or whatnot. He regrets going over to the Mets. He's whining, he's crying about not being able to hit behind or hit in front of Aaron Judge, excuse me. And he's not being pitched to, and he's crying and he's upset that he left. Absolutely unequivocally false. This is not true. This is just the media doing what it does, and people just trying to get themselves a story, trying to cause controversy, and trying to get numbers and get clicks and get views, and you guys fall for it all the time. You got to stop falling for this stuff. If you go and read the article, that is not what the guy was saying. He was not whining. He wasn't crying. He does not regret over $700 million. The guy nobody regrets $50 million a year. Let's stop it. Is he potentially having a little bit of issues as far as maybe feeling like a little bit of the jitters, like I got to live up to this or whatnot? I got to live up to this big contract. I got to live up to being in New York or playing with the Mets? Possibly. But does he regret going over there? No. Is he whining about not being able to hit in front of Judge or have Judge behind him? No, absolutely not. I've got the quote right here. I'm going to read you exactly what the quote was, and then we'll go over it. He was pretty much asked about his performance this year because his numbers are a little bit low, and they're not that low. We'll get to that later. Here's what he said. He said, "It's definitely different. I had the best hitter in baseball behind me. I was getting attacked more and more pitches in the strike zone, less intentional walks and things like that. I was pitched differently last year." The guy is just giving you insight on how the game is played. He's telling you how the game is played. He's telling you what the pitchers are doing with him, and the numbers back it up. Listen to these numbers. It's a career low for him. 44.6% of pitches are in the strike zone for him this year compared to 47.2% last year. The numbers tell the story that he's trying to tell. This is why players don't want to open up. This is why they don't want to tell the media anything, because people run with these type of stories and make up all types of garbage and trash, and they don't want to say anything. They just keep things quiet, and we never really get any good insight into what's going on, and we don't get to have the fun with the sport that we all love. We got to stop this stuff. His numbers this year: 56 at-bats, 13 runs, 14 hits, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 14 walks, guys. That's good. 8 strikeouts, 1 stolen base. Guy's got a 250 average. His on-base percentage is 400. He's got a 400 on-base percentage. That's not bad. Slugging is 429, 829 OPS. Yes, it's a little bit low, but they're obviously pitching to him differently this year, and he's just telling you, he's just giving you some inside, thoughts and little sneak peek into the game. We know that this is what pitchers do. They're pitching around him. They would prefer to attack him when he was on the Yanks with him being in front of Judge, because they could get him out of the way, maybe get the out. They don't want him on base and Judge getting up there. You don't want to load the bases up with Judge on there. You don't want a runner on there. You don't want 2 runners on there. You don't want a 3-run home run or a 2-run or a base clearing double coming from Judge or whatnot. You don't want that. So they would attack more and then pitch around Judge. If you ask me, it's more of a compliment for Juan Soto that he's getting pitched around, that he's getting intentionally walked, and guys are kind of, staying on the pitchers are staying on the corners instead of just attacking him. He is the big name now. Him, Lindor, Alonso are the, probably the big 3 names or what now, but he's come in and just a little bit kind of overshadowed Lindor just a little bit, but that's kind of what the Mets want. That's kind of what they want. They want to be the big name. They want to be the big team in the city, which I believe that they are. I love the Mets. I've never been a real big Yankees fan or whatnot. Hey, respect to them. They've had a good franchise over the years or whatnot, but the Mets all the way. That's all it's always been with me. From Long Island, that's just the way it is. So, yeah, man, we got to stop this mess. And it wasn't a slight to Alonso. He was not trying to insult Alonso. I mean, the facts are just the facts. Is Alonso a great hitter? Absolutely. Is he a power hitter? Absolutely. Is he as good of a hitter as Judge? A lot of people would argue that he's not, and they would have some pretty good numbers and some pretty good stats to back that up. So it just is what it is, man. That's my quick little tidbit on this whole situation. No, Juan Soto does not regret becoming a Met. He doesn't regret $700 million. He's not whining about anything. He's here to play ball. Give it a little bit of time. I'm pretty sure that he'll be doing just fine. Let's go Mets.